Fill this whole thing out, fill this whole thing out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. No, nope. I can do that. If we're not going. Oh, we should not be asking questions?
He was, so he was here and he was. And conflict, you come up with again.
It's fine.
Yeah, just. So we just hire.
Right? Oh. I was gonna say. That's the 6 inch drum, this is the big parts of the bit like that. So, you know, we went. We all set?
You're not.
Okay. Good evening, welcome to the September 15th zoning board of appeals meeting. My name is Kelly Porter. I'm taking over the head of the board this evening as our normal board head Scott Demain is away. The first thing I want to just let everybody know is that normally a full board is 5 individuals. We have 4 this evening. If anybody who is coming in front of us would prefer to wait until we have 5 people, you are welcome to postpone on our behalf. You will need 3 positive votes for your appeal to pass. So I'm totally opening that up to anybody. I'm not sure, I know you, but I'm not sure who is here for each appeal, but is everybody comfortable with going forward, or did you want to postpone?
You can also start, and if you feel like it's not going the way you want, you can ask for a postponement as well. So you can start, and if you feel not positive about it, you put the brakes on, and we'll see you next month.
Okay, I am gonna hear the cases in the order in which they were printed. First is gonna be Todd Yando. Come on up. So I understand you are appealing to extend the canopy above your front door by approximately 6 feet.
Well, that's the finished product.
What's
That's the
that?
finished product right there.
Okay. So go ahead and tell us about your project and pretend that it's not finished.
Okay, it was just a canopy above the door.
And when he started working on the roof, that fell down because it was rotted. So I wanted him just to replace that, but he decided to, he said, what about going about 4 feet wider to cover all the steps? So that's what he did.
Okay. Get our picture back. Okay, so that was the original roof.
Right.
Okay. So the issue here is that it is not a coverage issue, it's a front yard setback issue. Which your existing was already out of compliance. And now you haven't come any closer to the road, you haven't aggravated that setback distance any more. Other than going 6 feet instead of what you had originally. Is that correct?
Yes,
Is the work completed at this point?
it is.
It's very nice, by the way.
Thank you. He did a good job.
Yes. So I guess my first question is going to be, is there anybody in the public that has any statements or questions about this project? Any comments? No, okay, I'm gonna close the public comment. I'm gonna open it up to the board. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
No.
So I guess we're gonna move right into the seeker. Have we reviewed the seeker? Anybody find anything? Egregious? Missing? Inaccurate?
Number two, definitions.
What's that?
That part, the number 2 part.
Yep.
Definitions.
Okay, so I'll take the motion for the seeker.
I make the motion for appeal number 2406 that sitting board chair review questions 1 through 11. And mark that no worseable impact may occur and sign.
Second by?
And
Okay. All in favor?
I on that, you have the sheet, right, with the check marks?
Yeah, it was in one of the other packets.
Oh, it wasn't one.
Okay. If there's no more information or comments or questions, I'll take motion.
I make a motion for appeal number 2406 for a class B area variance for a canopy that has already been constructed over the front yard entry. Extending no farther into the front yard setback than what was already existing. It's just longer, but not farther in setback.
Okay. Seconded by? Okay. You have 4 yes votes, you are good to go.
Great. Thank you.
You may enjoy your roof now. To say you finished it, but thank you. Have a good night. Next we have Richard Rabbit. Richard and Susan, is she not coming today? Oh. All right, so you are looking for a Class B area variance. You are removing your existing garage. And you are constructing a new garage that is a bit longer on the backside that is the issue side. But it's actually gonna be more in compliance with zoning rules, correct? You're going for, were they,
It should be extended, but it's still considerably beyond the 5 feet that's required.
right, so currently it's 1 foot away and you're bringing it. In 2 more feet. But you're still. Is that right?
North and south. Or if you're looking at that
Yes,
picture,
that's correct.
It's moving left. If you're looking at that picture,
Okay.
or south,
Gotcha, okay.
correct. And I base we base the information that we gave the drafter, Mr. Lohner, on an email that I got from Nick Walker. And I asked about how much space we had, and what he said in that email, and that was dated 2023. Was the greatest distance he said was 1.5 feet, so we figured if we moved it 1.5 feet. Further south, we would have the 3 feet. We based the appeal for 3 feet based on 2 different neighbors who had requested to put it where it was, but were awarded 3 feet, so we figured why not go for what the board typically allows. That's why we asked for 3 feet.
Okay, gotcha.
And we actually are making it less wide. Because since we're moving it closer, there's a pool behind it that you can't see. That is still gonna be in compliance also, because it's gonna be more than 5 feet from the pool.
Okay. Okay. So I will again open this up to the public. Is there anybody here that has a comment, questions or concerns? And we don't have any questions. Anybody? Okay, I'm closing the public portion. So I'll open it up to the board. Do we have any questions?
I don't.
Give me a second.
Well, we already established that there's no coverage issues, right?
Correct. It's not a coverage issue. It's a setback issue.
It's a setback, side setback,
Setback is getting better.
better.
Yeah.
It's improving from what it was, even though there's more length.
I guess I do have one question. It's not really all that important, but what is on the boundary line? Is there a fence or is it,
There's a hedge.
it's a hedge?
On the north side of the garage?
Yes, yeah.
Well, there's a hedge. Mostly in front of the garage, that's the hedge of the neighbor. Owned by the neighbor, which comes over the property line. Like all this. And in the back. They now have, but there used to be a small fence there, and now there's. A huge arborvitae. 15 feet high, which also probably comes over the property line, but it'll actually get the garage further away from those hedges.
Yeah.
So,
I'm good.
Okay. Let's look at the seeker. And I'm open to a motion regarding the seeker.
I make a motion for appeal number 2407, that the board chair review questions 1 through 11 on the short environmental assessment form, that no or small impact may occur in.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
If there is nothing else, I will accept the motion for this appeal.
I make a motion for appeal number 2407 for a class B area variance request to construct a new detached garage deficient in distance to property lines, but no more than 3 feet.
Seconded by?
Unless. Should be no less than 3 feet.
Oh, no, less than 3 feet, yes.
I have sorry. And seconded by,
Kim beat me to it.
you have 4 yeses. You are good to go. You're welcome. Thank you for going through the process with us. Have a good night and say hello to Sue. I have Jeff and Sue Moore.
Excuse me.
Good evening. So you have come in front of us to replace your hedge with a fence. Okay. Tell us what you're specifically planning to do.
Approximately 40 feet. This edge, because you can't see it in this picture, but. Before we moved there. The tenants on the other side. Took a chainsaw to it, so nothing grows on the other side. And it's kind of what it looks like, that's. the Property line there. But this is what it is in that. Portion. So it really. Isn't serving its purpose anymore.
And the branches have gradually started to, some of them have died and some are leaning over. And then somebody on that side and tenant have helped it along even more this year. They were pushing on them and swinging on them and they broke some
Tipped into
branches.
our driveway a little bit.
So
boy.
a couple of the pictures, you might be able to see the. Yeah, so it's starting to,
Okay.
CNE said 28 feet. He put 40 on there. I'm sure it's somewhere,
In between.
it's not longer than that for sure.
There's previous owners that replanted back a portion of the edge,
Came in nice.
and they're good. This is,
Jeff, that wire at the bottom, that's your property lines?
On the other side, yeah.
That's where the fence, that would be the location of the fence, right on the property line?
yeah, if you got a picture.
Yeah, right
In
there.
front of that.
Yeah.
There's a fence. Along the property line.
Yeah, you can see the fence just on the corner.
Yeah, right there, that's,
Yeah, the
in
brick
the
house.
front. The,
Go over to the
Pins.
left. over to
Yeah,
the
right
right.
yeah, that's their fence, it's 3 inches, the pin is 3 inches from. The front of that little fence there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been surveyed recently when Miller bought that house and the one next to it. So it was resurveyed, but I had seen it put, somebody had dug it up before. Somebody had bought it before that, that's where the pin is. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty close
So-
to their house, but we don't need to be going.
Yeah, we're just starting from
We're
right
just gonna
there,
start it from
about
where it is.
28, 30 feet from there, and you can see the bulbs there a little bit in this picture too. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And
So,
We hate to take it out, but
we plan on, like in the back, there's that chain link fence there, we're gonna put the. Looks like sort of like a hedge, it's green. and-
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
the green. So is it your intention to literally take out the entire cedar section?
no, it's
No,
just
not.
28 feet,
Just,
and then
yeah.
From the back corner.
from the front right there where it starts to just past.
Oh, okay.
Just past that hump that's sticking out.
About to where
Where the
the,
hedge is staying.
about to where the truck is.
No, not that.
Not that far back.
Oh, okay.
See where that jut out is in the,
All right.
just to that.
Yeah.
Take that out.
So. In this case, it's probably not a deal breaking situation. But our board deals with specifics, specific numbers. when we give permission for fences and variances for setbacks and all that kind of stuff. We like to have on the paperwork the specifics to go back to and reference. So when you say it's between 28 and 40 feet, that's a pretty big span. I just want to make sure that when we set this in the record, that we're being very specific.
Well, that's
Um,
that's what the guy put. It's. put the-
CNA put 28 feet, so I guess we might as well go by that. He put 40, I don't know.
I suggest just asking for 40, that way you can always go less than. Right,
Yeah, it
so,
would be less than that.
yeah, but so if you,
Okay,
see, if you say 40, then you want, if you only have to go 28 feet, then you would still go, but if you want to go more than that 28 feet, you have to come back. So,
Okay.
as well ask for more, and then that way you can make it smaller.
Oh,
okay,
Doesn't cost any more
yeah,
money.
'cause we don't wanna cut any more down than we have to. Okay.
Yeah, and the board can say up to 40 feet,
Okay.
that way you have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 8 feet is considerably lower than what that fence, as you had to get the hedges.
The hedge is 10 feet tall.
okay.
So it's gonna be lower than what's there already, but we want more privacy because we're, every place around us, when we live here, we own the house. Everybody else has tenants, always people changing, and like I said, they've destroyed the hedge and you don't know what kind of people. You just wanna have a little more privacy, so the higher it is, the better.
Yeah.
So, but it's still gonna be lower than we have now. Which we-
So I'm gonna open this up to the public. Is there anybody here that has a comment, questions or concerns? I'm gonna close the public portion. Turn it over to the board. Anybody have any comments?
The fence in the back is already 8 feet,
That's 6.
but one in the back is 6 and you're asking for 8.
Yeah, because there's a parking lot right there for the tenants,
on the side.
so. Kind of what they did. They put a lot of fill in there. They raised everything up. So. Like where the cars parked, they're quite a bit above our driveway now.
Yeah, you can see over the 6 foot.
And you said that wire that was in the other picture is the property line? Okay, so it's going right up.
Pretty much on it, yeah. You can't see it in that picture, but there's a. Hose line,
Well, so you can see it sticking up
that
there.
post
Yeah.
in the back, that's on that.
Okay. And we haven't heard anything from the neighbors about this, okay.
No, they thought it was a good idea. Well, it's not the neighbors, the person who owns the building.
Okay. Who is that?
Mike Miller.
Mark Miller?
Mike.
Okay.
I talked to him about it a while ago and he was gonna have to do it, but.
Let's take a look at the environmental assessment form.
So all for him.
Has anybody seen anything that is inaccurate or? Okay, I will entertain a motion for the environmental form. Did you do 2 already?
I did,
Okay, so.
I don't know that.
but this one's for full, so it might be,
This is
Oh,
the
my.
boilerplate.
Okay. Go ahead.
so this form's different than the secrets, the full assessment form, so. I make a motion for appeal number 2408. That the board chair review the full environmental assessment form and sign that no or small impact may occur.
Okay, seconded by. Okay, all in favor?
Right.
All right,
I'll sign this one. Okay, are there any more questions? Okay, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that the board approve of the the variance for appeal number 2408 to allow the replacement of a 10-foot hedge with 40 feet of 8-foot chain link fence for 4817 South Catherine Street.
No,
Yeah.
it's just 63 Oak.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. 63 Oak Street.
Close.
Okay.
Second.
Oh,
Have 4 yes.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
All right. Plattsburgh Housing Authority. Hello. So in your appeal, you are looking for an area variance for 8 feet relief of a 60-foot 56-foot building separation requirement. Also 18 feet relief from a 64-foot separation requirement and 11 feet relief of a 59-foot separation requirement. So I'm going to look for you to do all of the explaining, and this is somewhat well, it is unfamiliar territory for us, so.
Sure. So thank you. I'm Mike Coon with AEDA, and this is Mark Hamilton, the director of the Plattsburgh Housing Authority. So the building to the right is their administrative office building, which was built in 2010. Yep, there. And at that time, all of the housing facilities were in place, and they built the administrative building. At that time, the housing building immediately to the north and to the right, you can kind of see the side of it in the picture. That was granted a variance to be built 48 feet separation between the two buildings, where I believe 57 was required. So this, when they built the administrative building, this property has a planned unit development. So there's a calculation in the zoning ordinance that based on the length of adjacent buildings and the heights of the adjacent buildings, there's a calculation that sets the separation distance between multiple buildings. So at that time, the 48 feet was granted for a variance. And so fast forward to today, they need additional space in their administrative building. The primary goal is a new conference room to support staff training, board of directors meetings, and so on. So the site plan that you have shows a new addition coming off of this end of the building and essentially coming to where the edge of the sidewalk is, and then extending also to the north to create the conference room space and 4 additional office areas. So with that addition, we looked at how to situate it while maintaining as much separation to the adjacent buildings as we could. And also in the back, what you can't see, but in the middle of the building and to the back is a large electrical transformer. So that sort of tied our hands a little bit in terms of going out and maintaining separation to the electrical transformer. So where we lie today is the addition would basically be deficient in the building to the corner of the building on the left hand side.
He's getting
Yeah,
a
this will
second.
probably be a little better.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was the original deficiency right there to building what it's dubbed building 1E there.
Okay.
So that's not being exasperated. Then we used that dimension of 48 feet to try and maintain some consistency. And we use that in part to determine as a part of the determination, but for the addition, to maintain the same separation to building 1W. So that way, if you're on South Catherine Street, proximity wise, those two buildings are similar. Then on the corner to building 2S, that's 46 feet. So those are the three reliefs that we're looking for. And the only reason 1E comes into play is because as we added length to the administrative building, that calculation also increased. So what was at the prior time, I believe 57 feet required, now is 59 feet. So that's what we're here seeking.
Okay.
So is the proposed floor plan based on specific room size needs? My question is going to where could the same amount of square footage been accomplished just by coming straight off instead of going back?
The problem then is we would have impacted the parking lot.
Parking.
Yeah,
And so you would not have been able to you wouldn't have not have been able to compensate that at some other point in the parking lot?
correct. Well, so we looked at all options and essentially if we had to push the parking lot to the left more if we, lost these spaces,
Right,
then on the opposite end, there's the stormwater basin, so
Yeah, I
that would
see that.
create significant changes there. So do you have the floor plan on the? Yeah, zoom out. So the shape of the meeting room was specific to hold a certain number of people, and then these two new offices. Essentially, the depth of these offices, we tried to not vary too much from the depth of the existing offices. And so between the size of the meeting room and the office space, that's what set our footprint.
I'm gonna open this to the public very briefly. Is there anybody here that has any questions, concerns, or comments? Okay, I'm gonna close the public portion. Do we have any other questions from the board?
Are you expecting an increase in traffic from these changes?
Not particularly, I mean, it's really, are you increasing your staff because of the office or just reshuffling how they have their space?
Yeah, right now, there's no plan to increase that. The conference room, I mean, we currently hold board meetings in a very small space. So the traffic won't change, it'll just be a more appropriate size space.
Just out of curiosity, I noticed on your drawing that you had what looks like some additional landscaping that you're putting in. Is that what I'm seeing here? Some trees or something? If you go back to this picture. I'm just curious, is that something that you're,
No, so the trees we're showing are existing,
oh, they are?
yeah,
Okay, sorry.
yeah, no problem.
See them underneath there. Okay. No more comments? Questions? Let's take a look at the seeker. So we have the short environmental assessment form. That's with the zoning board. No, that's usually RPS for zoning board. Or, yes, correct. Oh, duh. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I will take a motion for. Within this.
I got you. I'll make a motion for appeal number 2409 that the board chair review the form and check no or small impact may occur on questions 1 through 11. Sign.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So. I'll entertain a motion for this.
Boy, I will make a motion for appeal number 2409 for a Class B variance on 3 points of setback as proposed. We need to list them.
Building separation.
You could say,
Of-
it's indicated on the plan.
As indicated on the request, an area variance of 8 feet relief of 56-foot building separation required for building 1W, 18 feet relief of 64-foot separation required from 2S, 2E, and 11 feet of relief from 59-foot separation required for 1E, as shown on a site plan and the application for appeal 2409.
Perfect. That's really good. Okay.
Second.
Have 4 yeses.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot.
Alright. Need to go for minutes.
We have enough people who were here.
We should, yeah. But yeah, all of us were here for it.
Yep. Okay. Anybody wanna make a motion?
I motion approval of the minutes for the August 18th, 2025 meeting of the zoning board of appeals.
Second.
Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And we have one more. Motion.
Tom can make it.
Motion to adjourn,
Second of that,
7:34.
all in favor,
Aye.
Aye.
Not too far off from 17.
right?
Yeah.
We're-
Scott,
we're
it
wanting
just
to-
makes those meetings.
You are Aaron. Are we not, are we done recording?
Not yet.
Hang on.
What's that?
Stop recording.